For today's movie, we review a pilot for a failed TV show. It only lasted 5 episodes, but we get the TV movie that launched Fortune Dane, starring Carl Weathers. Right away, first scene, Carl Weathers shows how awesome he is of a cop by helping another cop not get murdered.
Appreciate you coming down. The MO was similar. We thought maybe this.
I wish you were, but the guy who robbed me was much bigger, heavier.
We'll be in touch.
Whoa!
Very good, Bateman. Let the lady shoot you with your own gun.
He's called in by a low-level mobster to help out in a point-shaving scandal. While he's there interviewing people, there's a murder. 9 murders, actually.
Betraying our great university. And for what? Money, drugs, sex, rock and roll. Gilbert was furious. It's an outrage. Call the cops, he cried.
Is that what he cried?
He did. Gilbert says point shaving is worse than treason. Get me Fortune Dane.
God. Oh, my God.
After talking to his dying buddy and realizing that this was a hit, not a robbery, he chases after the bad guy. He's immediately taken off the case by his commanding officer without explanation. He accepts it reluctantly until he's at the funeral for the mobster friend and the ADA approaches him with an offer. She'll fuck him all week if he goes back on the case. Fortune Dane, back on the case.
If you help me solve this case, I'm yours. For a night, a weekend, whatever suits you short of matrimony.
Wait, what? The ADA offers cops sex to cover cases? No, she literally does. In case you weren't sure, she spells it out.
Intimacy with you will be a sacrifice, but it won't be my first.
After a little bit of investigating, Fortune Dane's able to figure out everything that has happened. A bank ran by his dad was laundering money for criminals. A bank investigator had figured it out, and the investigator was the target of the hit in the beginning of the movie. The reason why he was taken off the case is because the cops knew all this and didn't want him to be embarrassed when his dad was found out to be a money launderer.
But the bank was a success. So what happened?
I loaned money to black farmers and black businessmen when white bankers wouldn't. And when they defaulted on their loans, we were vulnerable. The sharks smelled blood. A few days later, I had a partner and we had all the money we needed.
Upset by his dad and the cover-up and by the police not doing their job, he quits and decides to chase after the hitman, who is now moved to another city and is killing cops.
Remove your sunglasses and your hat, please.
With the help of the cops in the new city, Fortune Dane's able to track down where the hitman had delivered a package that was picked up by a courier named Speed. With a little bit of convincing, Fortune Dane's able to convince Speed to arrange a meeting, and we get our final battle!
I see it. Your options are limited. You can go back to Warlock and end up dead or in the joint.
No, that doesn't exactly thrill me. I get the feeling there's another option.
Or you can throw in with me.
You're not a cop?
No.
Well, if all you wanted was that, I'd already be a statistic.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your problem?
Warlock and Dexter. I want them.
It's going down. Let's move, huh?
Bad guy's caught. He's on tape committing 9 murders in the original city. So the mayor of the new city agrees to not pursue the charges of killing the cops because they don't have a good of a case. He's going to now team up with Speed, who it turns out was an undercover cop and worked directly for the mayor. As for the most important storyline, what happened to the ADA that promised him a weekend of sex?
I understand you. Still very ambitious, but far more educated.
My travel plans are flexible.
Not interested.
Overall, the good guy wins. He avenges the death of his friend. His dad will not be prosecuted for laundering $1 billion because the ADA still kind of likes him, and a murder case is a juicier prosecution than embezzling, so she doesn't really care about it. I can't find any future episodes of this show, but it would have been him in the new city with the mayor, Speed, and the lead cop working together. I don't know if he would have became a police officer or a private detective or just worked directly for the mayor freelance. It's kind of unexplained what his new role is going to be, but he would have kicked a lot of ass because he's Carl Weathers, and that's just the kind of thing Carl Weathers does. Thank you for watching, and as always, I shall try to do better next time. He totally should have banged that hot ADA.